Evolve is a game that's as good as the stories it generates, so let's start there. I remember stalking the monster, played by another human, their narrow cliffsides alongside my all-human team. It disturbed some birds, and our UI helpfully indicated where as the birds flew away overhead. We gave chase. It was still at least 150 meters out, so we were sprinting hard, but we had little to fear. AI creatures offered little in the way of resistance. Suddenly, the monster was there, wailing away on me, a trapper, a class not meant for face-to-face confrontations. "Deploy the battle area," someone shouted, but I just locked up. We got decimated. Not even my trapper's AI pet alien monster dog, Daisy, with her magical, life-saving saliva, could bring us back from the brink. The monster had purposefully run through the birds, then it doubled back to tear us to shreds while we were on the hunt. Clever. Another time, I was the monster, and it was even more frightening than hunting one down. I scrambled around the map trying to eat wildlife and evolve, but it was my first time. I was clumsy. I kept frightening birds or lingering too long in one spot. 3 times I had to fend off the whole pack of hunters, though at least I knew to go after the trapper to make the monster confining battle area go away. It was close shave after close shave. Once I evolved to my final stage, however, the hunters adopted a new plan. They decided to preemptively guard a generator I could destroy to win the match, so it was time for an old-fashioned showdown. Their traps, guns, and guts against my raw brawn and stacked health meter. I thrashed about like a Mecha Godzilla piloted by the Incredible Hulk, but tactically. I avoided traps. I knocked people off ledges so they'd have to climb stairs to rejoin the fray. About 10 minutes later, though, I lost. I really should have paid more attention to their medic, Lazarus, who could do full-on resurrections unlike other medics. At some point I realized I was just stomping roaches while their tiny roach savior cackled from a corner. Curse him. My point is, Evolve can create some incredible moments. It definitely did for me. The 4 classes work together in interesting ways, and I'm intrigued to see how each character in each class is different. I especially enjoyed the new trapper, Maggie, and the new support, Bucket. He can remove his own head and use it as a recon UAV, which is something I really wish I could do in real life. For reasons. I do have some complaints, though. For one, the only monster we've seen, Goliath, is kind of boring. He breathes fire, he hits things real good, and he can leap and scamper when he's overwhelmed. Otherwise, though, he's nothing special. When it comes time to battle him face-to-face, the result is often a slow-paced war of attrition, kind of like taking down a high HP boss in an MMO. You already know you're going to win, you've just got to enact the same strategies until someone drops. Also, Hunter mobility reminded me a lot of Titanfall, except woefully less slick. Don't get me wrong, I love a game that gives me a jetpack by default, but I couldn't help feeling creaky both on the ground and in the sky. Individual elements of movement just didn't flow together well. And as Titanfall taught us, it really pays to feel in control when you're facing down something 10 times your size that can splat you into brain and fecal matter flavored goo in a heartbeat. Lastly, I worry a bit for replay value. Left 4 Dead, Turtle Rock's last game, was innovative as all get out, but its formula grew stale pretty quickly. Evolve has a lot more room for strategy and improvisation, but that will depend a lot on the sorts of people you end up playing against. A string of mediocre monster players, I imagine, would be enough to turn some people off from the game for good. I want to see more modes, maps, and monsters before I'm sold, and even then I don't really know how to dismantle the problem of other players potentially ruining matches which can, in some cases, be quite lengthy regardless of everybody's skill level. I sure hope there's dedicated servers in a server browser. If matchmaking is the be-all end-all, consider me worried.